guys, what's up? Welcome back to the channel. It's Cynicalex, and the survey system is now live in Marvel Future Fight for the very first in-game survey. If you want to find it, you just head on over to the button next to the settings menu that brings up that menu, and then you go into inbox, and then you hit the notice tab, and you will notice that there is a Marvel Future Fight survey. It's going to give you 100 energy for starting it, and then you're just going to be able to complete the survey. Now, I'm going to complete the survey in this video, but before I start, I strongly encourage all of you watching to fill out the survey. I encourage you to tell your Alliance members and your friends and people on, line chat and Discord and Twitter, whatever, that maybe don't watch any YouTube videos. Encourage them to fill out the survey, because the more people that fill out the survey, the better information that the devs have to make changes. And not only that, but if you want to see any kind of change to this game, any change at all, then the more people that fill out the survey, the better the chances that we get change. Because if only, let's say, 1,000 people or 5,000 people fill out the survey, then maybe Marvel Future Fight devs get the idea, maybe they don't, but maybe they do get the idea that people just are happy with the game and they don't want to change anything. And what developer wouldn't love to hear that they're doing a perfect job and nothing needs to be changed? But if they get a ton of survey responses, even if they're not all the same and they don't all align to the same ideas and to the same game modes, if they see 20,000, 30,000 surveys, they're gonna be like, we better look into this a little bit more closely. And the more time they spend on it, the more chance we are to see some pretty substantial improvements to the game. And I think the game is already in a really great spot, but you can always get better and go up and go higher. So yeah, I really encourage people to fill out the survey, and also to fill it out seriously. I've seen screenshots of people writing like ratio and then pressing send. It's a little silly. Anywho, which of the following is the hardest upgrade for you? So we're gonna start the survey now. I'm gonna answer the survey to the best of my abilities, and I'm gonna be honest, and we'll see where this goes. Okay, so this might not be the most exciting content because I'm gonna have to think about my answer and answer it. I haven't looked at the survey ahead of time, but it will be very authentic. So, which of the following is the hardest upgrade for you? 1 to 6, no. Rank up, no. Mastery, no. Gear upgrades, no. Realizing potential. Very tempted to realize potential. Enhancing potential, no. 60 to 70, no. 60 to 70 and enhancing potential is kind of the same thing, but okay. Gear 20 to 25, kind of, because of the tier 3 mats. Tier 3 advancement, awakening potential, transcending potential. Yeah, it's really realizing potential. This is really the hardest upgrade for me, and it's not hard, it's annoying, and I have no way to influence it other than spending money on the potential realization tickets. And I have spent money on them, but I would rather not spend money on them if there was a way not to, right? How much time do you spend playing Future Fight each day? So this is actually surprising. I actually don't spend, 16 to 24 hours. That's wild. I hope you're not spending that much time playing this game. It does not require that much time. Even if you grind and farm everything in this game, like absolutely everything, I honestly think that this is as much time as it should take to play. If you're efficient. If you farm everything efficiently, it should take you this long. Maybe it takes you this long if you're slow and things like that. But yeah, I would honestly say I'm honestly down to about 1 to 2 hours a day. I'm playing pretty much everything one and done at this point, and I have not been playing much of the story mode fragment farming. I'm also not streaming the game, so that has also lowered the amount of time that I spend. I used to spend this much time, especially when I played Alliance Conquest. Then I lowered it down to this much time just because it helped my sanity, and I honestly suggest that you don't spend more than 4 hours a day playing any mobile game. It's just not really healthy, I think, in my opinion. I mean, there are exceptions, of course, but in general, I think it's probably going to be more frustration than happiness, sort of thing, if it's more than 4 hours, but maybe I'm wrong. But yeah, I think at this point, I'm just playing 1 to 2 hours. So I'll say, I used to play, but now I'm playing. Yeah, okay, yeah. How many games do you play aside from Marvel Future Fight? Yeah, so this is the thing where, for me, I have been playing other games. So I've been playing Path of Exile, which is an amazing PC ARPG. I just got Pokemon Diamond today, so I've been playing that. I sometimes play 7 Deadly Sins Grand Cross, and then I check out the occasional mobile game for a few weeks. So I would honestly say I'm playing about 3 other games at any one given, 2 to 3 other games at any one given time. What is the most important factor when purchasing a uniform? Character recognition, character likability, character gender, uniform performance, uniform appearance, update theme, so like Phoenix Force, etc., or other, and you can enter text. For me, it would just be uniform performance. That's really what I care about when purchasing a uniform, and that's generally what I base my reviews on uniforms for in the game. Obviously, there's some value in the appearance of the uniform and the recognition of the uniform. Like, we want to see uniforms from very well-known, liked, and cool-looking comic runs. Like, for example, there's plenty of runs where Thor gets a new look, but Herald Thor was just like so cool. He looks all cosmic, right? It just like, it looks like this massive upgrade to the character. Another really good example, Gamora is in a ton of different comics, but when she became Requiem and she got that massive sword, she looked really cool and really badass, and that's dope. So that would probably be my second choice if I didn't choose uniform performance, but I think performance is the most important thing. Which of the following are you excited for in a new update? Select up to 3. Oh, was I able to select 3 for the previous one? I don't know. Anywho, what am I most excited for? New content for sure. I always get very excited about that. New characters, okay. New uniforms, tier 3 or potential awakened characters. Definitely going to choose that because that will allow me to participate in the existing content. And now I get to choose either new characters or new uniforms. That's a tough one. I think at this point, I think I have to choose new uniforms, because the problem with new characters is we've seen a lot of characters get added without getting their tier 3 or their transcendence, and that is a humongous letdown. Katie, Wenwu, you know, and then characters getting pretty lackluster awakening skills without getting a uniform, like Heimdall, Sif, until recently, Silk, Elsa, even Nightcrawler, even though he got a uniform, it just wasn't very good. That really hurts, right? So it sort of needs to be a combination of those two things. So I think I have to go with that one there. I mean, we have almost 250 characters. That's the other thing. We have almost 250 characters. If I'm going to say characters, how far do I want them to go? Right? Like, there are still some really cool Marvel characters that we haven't gotten. I could probably rattle off close to 50, sure, but then what? Right? Then what happens? So yeah, I think I gotta go with uniforms, and it doesn't mean we're not gonna get new characters, of course. We're definitely gonna get new characters, but I think at this point, if they focus on the game modes and they focus on 1 or 2 really important characters per update, and then 2 or 3 really important uniforms per update with content changes, the game will be very, very special for years to come. Which of the following do you prefer? Normal battles or player versus player? I prefer normal battles. Which of the following do you prefer? Solo game modes or group game modes? I prefer solo because that's what MFF does best, but I also really enjoy group game modes when they are done well. So this one's tough. I do prefer solo just because I don't think the group game modes are ever going to be balanced properly, especially since I'm a whale and I play with other whales. So if the game mode was balanced for whales, free to play and low spending players and new players would get absolutely obliterated, right? Like, you'd need 20% Pierce minimum to enter. It would just be kind of too difficult. Which of the following do you like the most? Select up to 3. Ooh, we got a lot here. Okay, I can only select 3 game modes. Wow. Okay, I'm gonna select GBR. This is not necessarily gonna line up with what I just said, because I said I liked solo game modes and then I'm choosing GBR, but it's true, I do like GBR, and I played it for a long time despite not needing to play it, just because I enjoy playing at least once or twice a day. But yeah, I really like the epic quests, I have to say. I also had a blast doing dispatch. Oh, I love story mode as well. Oh no, I want to pick Shadowland too. I think Shadowland is a really good game mode, but story mode is so good. Tough. That's tough. I think I'm gonna go with these 3 here. Ah, man, I almost want to. Yeah, the thing with which of the following do you like the most? Select up to 3. Oh, these are like the PvP ones. Okay. Timeline Battle, Alliance Conquest, and Danger Room. Yeah. Okay. Do you think the amount of daily game modes is enough? I think it's too much at this point. Yeah. Do you find any of the following too long? Oh, yes, I do. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Timeline Survival takes too long. Alliance Conquest takes too long. Yup. Oh, gosh. This is so funny. Can I choose all of them? Co-op takes too long. Okay, it's good that they're asking these questions. Did you find any of the following too short? Okay. I definitely didn't find story mode too short. Epic quest too short? Sometimes. I think the legendary battles are too short, to be honest. I feel like the legendary battles are really good content, but they're one and done. Like, you do the legendary battle once and you're having a blast, and then you're like, oh, okay, I'm never gonna play it again, bye. And so I feel like that's really the visceral pain in my heart about Marvel Future Fight. Like, you go and you play that second, is it the second mission or the third mission for Black Widow's Legendary Battle versus Taskmaster, and it's like a little game of what's that car game, Shadow Hunter or whatever, where you're driving and shooting, and he's in a tank and she's on a bike. That's such a cool mini game. That's such a cool mini game. That mini game should be copied and pasted into monthly events, and then just switch out Taskmaster's tank for, I don't know, like the Phoenix Force, and then your Wolverine firing fireballs, or your Captain America firing fireballs, or switch it out this month for the Eternals, and it's Crow flying by you and throwing rocks at you, and then your Icarus with the I-beams or whatever. Like, it's such a cool mini game, and it's just sitting there gathering dust because you're gonna play it once for Black Widow, or play it twice, or play it maybe 3 times because you really like it, and then you're never gonna play it again. So yeah, I really wish that the Legendary Battle stuff was reused more often, because I think it's so good. What else is too short? Not many things are too short in this game. Yeah, I think I think it's just Legendary Battle is too short. Everything is either the right length, or it's too long. I wouldn't say anything is too short. Some people are going to say world boss because they want 10 world boss runs a day. I don't think we need 10 world boss runs a day, in my opinion. And like there's certain sort of asterisks. Like, I would say Shadowland is too short in the sense that we only have the 35 unique stages. That part of Shadowland is too short. Obviously, the rest of Shadowland is infinite. That's not too short. But I wish that the 35 stages of Shadowland was much longer, right? I feel like we should have those set stages up to like 50 or 60, and then it should be random after that. 35 is just much too short for the sort of tower gameplay that they're doing there. So yeah, I don't think anything else here is too short. Some people would say Danger Room is too short because you can one-shot too easily. So that's another thing that I could definitely agree with on some level. You could also say that Giant Boss Raid is kind of too short. I'll say Giant Boss Raid because it has become very easy, and I don't like that. It's basically as easy as World Boss Invasion. You just go in and one-shot Galactus, go in and one-shot Master Mold, and I don't like that. It should definitely take a little bit longer. You should have to work together with your team and solve some kind of puzzle, even if it's just like one puzzle. Like, there's 3 bubbles with like 1, 2, 3, and you have to run into them in the right order. Like, just, it doesn't have to be rocket science. Just something simple to emphasize the fact that you're working together as a team. Like, for example, in Galactus, where he has to heal himself, and there's clearly 3 lanes where you have to stop him from healing, and there's 3 of you. People to this day still don't understand that, but the problem with Galactus is you do so much damage now with Pierce that you skip those mechanics and you don't have to use them, and then the game mode just feels very... It takes longer to load GBR than it takes to do GBR, which is not good. So I'll say those 2. If you've played all the game modes, yes. Where do you use your energy on most? If I've played all the game modes, probably story. Oh, so if I'm playing every single game mode, where will I use the majority of my energy? Okay. Story mode for sure. I guess GBR? Because if you're gonna do enough runs to collect all the tokens and collect all the comic card cubes, you're gonna need to run that quite a few times. I don't think I would run... I do play a lot of Timeline Survival now, not Dispatch. I guess Epic Quest spends a lot of energy, but it's kind of a weird question because Epic Quest is just a one-time energy use, right? So I think I would just say GBR and story. I guess I spend energy in Dimension missions just getting my rewards. Let's leave that. So yeah, here is where, again, I suggest that you really take this seriously. I'm obviously not going to show you guys the full, recording of me typing everything out, but I'll show you what I said at the end, and we can just, briefly skip over it. Okay, so there we go. I wrote quite a bit, and I think there's actually more that I could say. The only difficult part I had with writing this part of the survey was that you don't have a way of separating your ideas because they don't allow you to use any special characters like the / or the / or the hyphen. So I just used the number 0. So I have a bunch of different ideas there separated by the 0, and I'll just go through them quickly in case you can't read what it says. Increase restrictions to encourage roster development. For example, having more rotations in the characters that you need to use for squad battle. They've never rotated the characters for squad battle, and it's been out in the game for 1.5 years. They added an extra week to ABX, but they could honestly rotate the ABX restrictions as well, and other game modes as well. Connect game modes with related resources to encourage players to enjoy more content. Basically, you farm game mode X to get resources that you're going to need for game mode Y. I think that's a really fun thing. For example, you don't necessarily need Transcended and Tier 3 characters to do squad battle, but the rewards that you get in squad battle, the awakening crystals, the mandalays, you use those to transcend characters that you then take into World Boss Legend, you take into Danger Room Extreme. So kind of like that. Also similar to how I was saying, you know, in GBR, you could, for example, in GBR, you could farm these special clear tickets, and then you can use those special clear tickets in the story mode. So by connecting game modes with resources, you're encouraging players to check out more of the game rather than just funneling them all into 1 or 2 game modes, which they'll get bored of faster, right? Balance autoplay and auto clear content with challenging manual play. I think the game needs to find a balance. If it's too heavy to the manual side, then it's too much of a grind. If it's too heavy into the autoplay, auto clear, then the game is just a boring chore with a bunch of clicking buttons and pop-up windows, and it's just not fun. Make use of the joystick and manual content with hazards and dodge phases. I know not everybody's a big fan of this, but I think that's the big strength of Marvel Future Fight. Unlike Strike Force, which is static and turn-based, unlike Contest of Champions, which is 2D and semi-static, Marvel Future Revolution is the only other Marvel game that has a joystick and that you can operate in 3 dimensions. That's important, right? You should play up to the strengths of the game. Reduce pop-up windows to confirm in-game action. So, you know, having to press through 5 different pop-up windows just to confirm that you're using clear tickets on one piece of content should not be the case, right? That's going to create player fatigue, especially because you want them to repeat this every day. So it should just be 2 button clicks, right? 1 to click and 1 to confirm, and you're done, right? Because we're not spending crystals, we're not spending real money. Those purchases should have multiple confirmations. But if I'm just spending clear tickets and energy, 1 or 2 confirmations is more than enough. It shouldn't take 5 clicks to do something like that. And then reducing visual noise on screen in battle. This one's maybe not about game modes themselves, but for a lot of the content in Marvel Future Fight, when you're actually playing, where's your character? Where's the boss? We have no idea because it's cluttered with this spasm and this absolute smorgasbord of effects, lights, explosions, flames. Just reducing some of that, maybe lowering the opacity, something to reduce it would not only increase the game's playability on lower end phones, but it would make it so that people could see what's going on better, they could react better, and the game would just have a more visually appealing look. It would be more visually appealing to non-players because they would know what's going on, right? If someone who doesn't play Marvel Future Fight walks up to me and watches me play World Boss, they're like, dude, what are you playing? There's just a bunch of explosions going on the screen. Is this a quick time? Is this just a cutscene? No, I'm actually pressing the buttons and causing the explosions. So yeah, I'm gonna hit next on there. Which of the following is your favorite event? Ooh, my favorite event. There's so many, geez. Collector's Vault? Heck no. Alliance donation event? Ooh, I really like that one. Biometric acquisition increase? World event boss? Cosmic Core? I love Cosmic Core. Secret Shop? I'm not sure what that is. Craft event? Oh, I loved the craft event. Event Quest? Ooh, Event Quest was pretty fun. Event Mission? I like the event mission as well. We're gonna get rid of this one. I really like the event mission. The event quest was pretty fun too, but I think I like the event mission better. Tough call. That's what I'm gonna choose here. Please leave a message if you have anything to say. Okay, so this is where I'm gonna cut the video, guys. I'm gonna write something for the survey reviewers to read here, but it's not really important what I'm going to say. So yeah, I'm just gonna say hi to my colleagues. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Anywho, guys, let me know what you think of the survey. Hopefully you filled it out and taken it at least semi-seriously. Thank you so much for watching. Smash the like button if you enjoyed the content, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.